All right, Shalom, Shalom. This
Shalom.
is Shalom. This is the Detroit camp of GMS.
Uh,
I'm Brother Dewab. Your name?
I'm Ina from
Khan.
GMS Detroit Block Camp.
Khan. We're both same camp because we got two camps.
Uh,
Uh, yeah. There was a global glitch in the system of the Microsoft worldwide, and you got people stuck at the airport right now. Okay, and so you got people freaking out because you got people number one used to being in these different systems and all that crap. You know, so just imagine these phones go off and these TVs go off. What they gonna do then?
uh,
But I want to play this video right quick, and then we'll get down to some scriptures.
Good morning. Good to see you. You are coming on the air right now with breaking news. A massive global technical outage tied to CrowdStrike, which is a major cybersecurity provider, has knocked critical computer infrastructure offline all across the country and, in fact, all around the world. It's an issue with a software update. It's impacting lots and lots of Microsoft computer systems worldwide, from businesses to emergency services, 911, traffic lights, transit systems, and it's having a major impact on airlines as well. American, Delta, United, they're all keeping their flights grounded. You're looking at some live scenes from the airport. It is chaos again, 6 a.m. on the East Coast, and this is the scene now. They're having difficulty even printing any kind of boarding passes. This, of course, is a developing situation. The full scope of this problem remains to be seen. And Brian, as we get started right here in Studio 1A, we should point out computers at NBC News right here as we're getting on the air. We're trying to do some workarounds here to get on the air, but this is something that's affecting people worldwide.
Yeah, and other newsrooms, our partners over at Sky News, having issues as well. I mean, this is impacting all different types of businesses. When you talk about airlines, you also talk about, just 911 services in some cases reporting outages as well. And you're even hearing of anecdotes of banks in other countries experiencing that. We don't yet have reporting of banks in the United States being impacted by this, but this appears to be not just in the United States, worldwide and across different types of industries.
This definitely speaks to what I feel like is the fragility of the situation. It's like this is not a cyber attack. This is a computer kind of snafu that happened.
Yeah, and just to kind of walk you through exactly what's going on here. So this appears to be an issue between CrowdStrike and Microsoft. So CrowdStrike, for those that aren't familiar, is a cybersecurity firm that basically provides businesses with a way to foolproof their systems from being hacked. Now, apparently what happened was that CrowdStrike was working on some sort of update. We just heard from the CEO in the last few minutes describing this as not a security incident or cyber attack. So I will repeat that again. It doesn't appear to be a cyber attack at issue here, but the reason why CrowdStrike is so instrumental to not just businesses here in the United States, but around the world is because any sort of business that hires CrowdStrike to basically foolproof their systems, well, they're going to be incorporating that into their computers. So if they get that, it's being plugged into Microsoft computers. If there's an issue with CrowdStrike, it takes down all of those Microsoft computers that are related to that. The company's saying Mac and Linux computers are not impacted, but again, this is very widespread.
Interesting, because I think what happened was a lot of people, this was happening in Australia, Europe, while we were all sleeping. We woke up and we were like, what's going on? But what people are finding is they're getting on their computers or at the bank or at the airline, and they're seeing just a blue screen. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, well, the term for this is called the blue screen of death, and I don't know if we have examples that we can show on the screen right now, but we've been seeing it even in our newsrooms this morning. So it's basically this blue screen that has this prompt that says, you're having issues, and they're basically trying to figure out a workaround, but that essentially bricks your computer. You are unable to log in. Now, that's scary for any person that's just trying to log into their personal computer, although it's not clear if your personal computer has CrowdStrike. If it doesn't have that plug-in or have that cybersecurity layer, you likely won't be affected because of the nature of what we understand this issue to be. But for all these enterprise companies, which is translation for corporate customers that use this protection, well, that's a major issue. If you can't log in, you can't print out the boarding passes to get people on their planes. You can't, as a bank teller, even get fired up to help open up someone's deposit account. This is a major issue. CrowdStrike says that they have an issue. They identified the issue, they isolated it, and there's a fix that has been deployed. How long that fix takes to basically patch over all this, we don't know. As it seems like anecdotes of these issues and outages are just...
Now I gotta say that the brother from GMS in Australia, he recorded live because he was at work, I think, while it was 3-4 in the morning over here. I did see that. You know, and then brothers putting the scriptures up and everything, but you know, he's saying people was freaking out there in Australia where he's at, you know, but he wasn't. And we not gonna bug out like these nincompoops out here, you know, because they deep in the world. The manly Habashimi Shai, mainly GMS, we want all this stuff to happen. You know, what's up?
I got Isaiah 19 and 14. Yahweh Bashimi Shai had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. And as a drunken man stagger in his vomit, neither shall there be any work in Egypt which the head or the tail or the branch or the rush may do. And it's coming soon. This is gonna be worldwide, where everything is gonna be stopped. There won't be no work in Egypt. You know, this is just a test run for you so-called people that's, you know, messed up in this thing right now. In the day that Egypt shall be like unto a woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which shaketh over it. And we the ones out there on the highways and hedges telling you what's about to happen. We're shaking our hands, telling you, hey, Yahweh Bashim Shai about to get you. And when it comes to pass, hey, you can't say that you wasn't told, because everybody should know that the Hebrew Israelites out there telling you that, hey, America's about to go down. You know, it ain't about to stay like this. Hey, we keep telling you that this place is about to get destroyed. All the services that you used to receiving, it's going to fail. And when it do, hey, you're going to wish that you was a friend of the so-called Israelites instead of an enemy. You know, you're going to wish you was an Israelite, matter of fact, period, instead of the heathen nation or of the wicked. You know, this is Sirach 12, not Sirach, Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor when the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In a day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and right now the keepers of the house, the one that's running every goddamn thing, are trembling right now because, hey, they shit ain't working. They trying to get that shit back up and running so they can make money. They losing money right now. They losing billions right now.
Well, what this all gonna lead up is the MOTB. So,
where was that? The keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those who look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, and when the sound of the grinding is low, he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music is brought low. So coming soon, prepare for all these things that you're so used to having. It's gonna fail. All these services that you're so used to receiving from Esau, it's gonna fail you. What you
got? Second Ezra, chapter 15, starting at 14.
A second. All right.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, because everybody's sucked in the world, and people out here don't know what the hell's going on out here.
And woe means destruction.
That's right.
You know.
For the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Gun. And the modern day sword is the gun, the pistol or the rifle. And also, they could come with swords too. Who to say they might want to get their kung fu on you while they at it, you know. Us Jakes, we ain't got we can't fight against them. The sword is their blessing.
Yep.
Our blessing is Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's who we have to wait for, who we have to depend upon to gather us up and deliver us out of these bad times. Out of the evil that's going to happen.
Okay. For there shall be seditions amongst men,
God.
and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, neither princes,
God, your governor, your mayor, or
your president,
city council president.
Mm-hmm.
None of them will stop them from doing what they're doing. They're gonna be driven by a spirit to fuck people up because a famine is coming, and that spirit of hunger, and you trying to fight it. And the only thing that you could see stopping you from being hungry is by consuming something. So you gonna run up in somebody's houses and see what they got up in there. And if they ain't got nothing, you might take them people that's in there and cut off a leg or cut off an arm, and that will be dinner, and then cut off another leg or another arm, and that'll be breakfast. A cannibalism is coming back.
And the what's that current?
Let me see.
And
the
course of their actions shall stand in their power.
God.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
God. And a martial law is coming. You won't be able to be able to go freely as you go right now. You're gonna be trapped in that area where you at, and if you try to move out of that area, Esau want to set up 15-minute cities. If you go away for 15 minutes from your home, they can turn off your card, and you won't be able to eat or feed your family anymore.
For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The
cities be in trouble. None of, like right there, that's happening right now in Texas. None of the service they solely used to using or having in their house, use of water being pumped into their house, use of air being pumped into electricity being pumped in their house so they can operate the central cooling unit to keep their houses cold. No natural gas being pumped into their house because all that needs electricity to keep them valves open, to keep the current, keep the gas and the water being pumped into your house. Everything needs electricity now. Yeah. We're all dependent on the electricity. Once the electricity and that gets gone, we go back to caveman days. Jake can't survive in this type of condition. We don't know how to hunt. We don't know how to farm our own foods, and feed ourselves from the land. We lost them skills. We're dependent on everything being brought into these markets.
A little bit more. The houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. One more. A man,
big giant ass muscle bound men gonna be scared like women. They're gonna be petrified. Some of them gonna be so scared they're gonna die right there on their spot. They're gonna die of a heart attack. Because the fear is so great upon them.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and man, yeah, well, yeah, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So yeah, it's gonna get real bad out here when all these systems fail.
It ain't gonna be a good thing when this famine come around you. I got one last scripture. Because your friend that you knew around the way, he gonna be at your door, trying to get something to eat. And like I said, it's gonna be famine widespread. It's just not only in the United States; it's gonna be everywhere.
Yep.
This is 2nd Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. These grocery stores, the Myers, the Krogers, the Targets, these super box stores are going to be, all their doors are going to be closed. Because, hey, there won't be no food being pumped into them places, or anything be pumped into them places. And they all carry about like 3 days worth of food altogether. So after 3 days, they won't have a whole lot. They won't have nothing in there that's good for you to eat. You know.
When you finish that, I got one left myself.
And a trumpet shall give a sound, which every man heareth, and they shall be suddenly afraid. If you ain't been noticing in your area, they've been testing these horns in your neighborhood. You be. And these noises are telling you, air raid, something's happening, something's coming in your direction.
Yep.
You know, and if you're not of the hopeful elect of the 1/3, and when these signs come off, it could be a nuke coming your direction. It could be a tornado coming your direction, and you don't know what the hell it is, but you know something bad is coming to your area. You know. It could be a tornado to wipe out the whole area, you know. At the time, friends shall fight one against another, like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those things that they're in, and the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in an hour they shall not run. So coming soon, Hey, wow, your buddy that you always throwing parties at, and they was always coming to your house, hey, they gonna be knocking on your door. They want something to eat, you know. Yeah, I know you got something in here. You always throwing parties and shit. So I know they got something in here. Hey, they be throwing parties in this motherfucker. You know.
Oh,
They're gonna be right up there looking for something to eat.
Yep.
Bro, man, from the 5th floor.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a sandwich? You know, hey, that's how they gonna be.
Yeah.
You know, you always doing shingdings or get-togethers and shit. All them motherfuckers gonna be coming to your house. Yeah, hey, such and such, always throwing parties. They should always have. They got a deep freezer there too. I know they got some food in there, man.
Right.
We going up in there. You know, you thought they was your friends, but now they your enemies because they want what you got. You know, and they know what you got because they've been all through your house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these same motherfuckers been in your house.
Yeah.
You know, that's the reason why it's not good to throw any house parties at your house. Because motherfuckers get too familiar with your house and know what you got inside it.
Yeah.
And the motherfuckers that break into your house are motherfuckers that you know that you don't let inside your house and they looked at it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run, because, hey, that's it. Hey, we need electricity to pump water, pump natural gas into your homes. Mm-hmm. You know, hey, we're used to them services. And once them services run out, all shit gonna hit the fan. And,
yeah.
And it only takes with 72 hours Everybody that's on that need electricity to stay alive, they gonna be dead. They will be dead. They be the first casualties that there is. Everybody that's on ICU or need a machine to keep them alive, or like a dialysis machine or whatever, you're dead in 72 hours. Because there is no way of cleaning out your blood with that artificial kidney machine they got, the dialysis machine. There's no way to sustain you, so you're going to be dead. You know, it's going to be a whole lot of you motherfuckers dead. You know, so hey, the wrath of Yahweh Shemi Ashai is about to come down on everybody.
That's right.
Not only Jake, but also the heathen and the wicked. So, hey, with that said, all praise to
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Kakadash.
A double honor to the apostle elders of GMS that taught us this truth. And peace to fellow Akim and Aquav, has in their life daily, pushing this truth. Shalom.
Shalom.